Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be.
This is Peter Drury, and I'm happy to inform you that Jim Beglin has joined me to offer his expertise.
Thanks, Peter. Hello, everybody. Ready to see what unfolds in this one now.
Thuram! Split-second reaction.
Thuram actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest. Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
Madrid have the chance to go the other way. Great vision. Mbappe! That's good play. Brilliantly cut out.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
And that has left him in a heap.
Yeah, he's fouled him there. Well, it's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking.
That pass isn't the best. Threads one in. He's seen that early, used a certain sixth sense. And he has slightly undercooked that one.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Goes for a shot!
Oh, that wasn't far away.
The keeper's ball. And now a sudden chance to counter. Vinicius Junior. Oh, delicate chip through. It's a pretty loose pass.
Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Well, I've always been impressed with Dani Carvajal, Peter, because of his work rate and incessant running. A consummate team player and a real fighting spirit inside him. You know, he's got that grit about what he does as a fullback. Although we're starting to see flashes of individualism here and there, and I hope that can only improve his game.
No argument from me on that front. It's easy to see how his presence alone affects both sides. And he's intervened well there.
Valverde. Valverde looking to penetrate opposition lines. Could try cutting inside here.
And he lines up a cross. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Still goalless. Now it's Thuram. And there's his chance to lead the counter. Tchouaméni cuts it out. Now it's Mbappe.
Mbappe!
And the finish!
Valverde.
Madrid look happy to sit back for the moment here.
Yeah, everything they're doing screams counter-attack, but it's a long counter-attack. When they win it back, they're not wasting any time. They're just trying to get the runners away as quickly as possible.
Oh, this looks sharp. He's found the way through. In it comes. Knocks it into space. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Now, can they get him away? Mignon breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Well seen. Saw that coming.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
And it's Valverde.
Mbappe.
That has been cut short. Long ball by the goalkeeper. Now it's Mbappe.
Valverde
Has it in a wide position.
gets into some space. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Now it's Olise. He's in plenty of space here.
Dembele looking to get on the end of this. Valverde.
France have turned up with a human blockade. This is top defence.
Dembele gets into a good position. In with the challenge.
And here's Olise. This looks promising. Camavinga.
Vinicius Junior.
Mbappe.
Receives it in a wide position. Showing good feet.
And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Ah, good steal. He just read it. Rabiot is fouled.
Temps additionnel,
Quang2.
1 minute.
Chouameni. Olise.
No, that's been intercepted. And that is going to be the final action of the first half.
It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment.
An engrossing half, but we're still where we started, 0-0. So we're just settling back into this second half.
France clearly have been the better side here. So if I was to say anything to them, it would be just keep going. If it's not broken, don't try to fix it.
Quang2 gets across to intercept that.
And they've got rid.
Another pass, just keeps it ticking over. Tries to play it through.
And it's Rabiot.
Chouameni.
Dembele.
France have really been terrific at snuffing out the threat. Now for something different.
Can he get on the end of this? Olise. Madrid appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
No luck with that dink over the top. Dembele looking to shake off some unwanted attention.
Yeah, and what they've got to realise, Peter, is that they won't get away with excessive force for long, so they're running a fine line now.
Passes coming off in quick succession here.
Very few chances to talk of, Jim. Defence is, it seems, on top here.
Yeah, I think it's a scoreline in keeping with what we've seen up to this point. Combined attempts at goal aren't high in numbers, and we could do with something to spark this contest into life.
Rabiot.
Now Saliba. Quang2.
Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he?
Olise. Chouameni producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. Quang2 makes the interception.
Rabiot.
Some really good ball movement. Bellingham.
Valverde.
And it's Camavinga. And it's Carvajal.
Vinicius Junior.
He's wide and looking to get onto this. And here's Camavinga. Passing nice and neat. Mbappe. Eder Militao
Goes sliding in.
It's a good spell of possession, this. Chouameni. Now it's Mbappe. That's a nicely shaped ball. Camavinga. Chouameni. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
Youngmin1. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Bellingham is having a shot! It's a goal! And late in the day, a telling moment.
There was this feeling that the game was petering out, but credit for never losing their focus despite things not going as planned. Now comes the question, will they stick or twist?
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Changement pour la France. Le numéro.
We have got changes here from both sides, in fact.
Le numéro 7.
Madrid have broken through. It's 1-0.
Well, Peter, the manager's all smiles, but he's got a big decision to make here. He needs to see this one out.
26. Changement.
Rodrigo has been shown a yellow card for that offence, just to confirm. Pinches it off him. It's run loose here. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Quang2, well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Alaba. Now Mendy. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Decent chance! It's hit the upright. He slings it, climbs up big! Oh, and they really should have been made to pay.
It's make or break time now, and they're all headed for the penalty box.
Keeper's dealt with that. He's on it, can he get away? Quang2, there's the shot!
2 minutes de temps additionnel.
Rodrigo. Chance here to counter. Thuram. And he's been shifted off it. Quang2. And that is as far as it goes. Quite a game, and one that was always on a knife edge until the very final. Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm Peter Drury, and this is Jim Beglin.
Glad to be here, Peter, and I'm ready to rumble.
Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. We stand for the national anthem of France. It is a true heavyweight clash.
Well, with nothing resting on this, Peter, I'm hoping that there'll be more impetus for the players to just enjoy the game with the pressure off, try out a few different things, and we get something open and free-flowing.
Things have got underway here pretty promptly. Eden Militao is the guilty party there. Opts to play it back, and it's Youngmin1. Carvajal deals with that comfortably. Great vision. Mbappe. That's a corner kick.
All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
Keeper has taken decisive action. Youngmin1. Passes short and sharp. Youngmin1 can get it clear.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Now it's Mbappe. Valverde gets a foot in here, and it's Bellingham. Now it's Camavinga. Camavinga.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Looking tidy in possession here. Thuram. And he's intervened well there. That's a little off target. Vinicius Junior. Jim, who do you reckon is clever? Vinicius Junior! Fair attempt, just the wrong outcome.
That is a really good chance missed, Peter. Certainly the way he's been playing.
And he was quick to react. He came in hard, very hard. Good pressure, determined, intense. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. And here's Mbappe, and the shot! Goal! France! As simple as you like, the outcome utterly inevitable.
Way too good, Peter. Too quick, too smart for that defence, who were made to look a little lost, in all honesty.
France have broken through. It's 1-0.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
And here's Thuram. And it's Rabiot. Olise. It's a pretty loose pass. Lovely ball and a real chance now. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Saliba calmly anticipates. And here's Thuram. Played out to the right.
Are certainly playing with an intense focus in executing their plan here.
Valverde. Now it's Vinicius Junior. No, that's been intercepted. And that is as far as they're going to go. Camavinga. Driving forward. And that is out and behind. It's a good block. And he's there to clear it. France. Oh, terrible pass. He's having a shot! Olise. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. That is good alertness. Youngmin1 now looking to orchestrate a counter.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long...
And it's in! Oh, I think it's been called offside. Yes, it has.
Yeah, the assistant called it correctly. There's some disagreement, as usual, but they've got it right.
A moment's uncertainty there, but it is the right call. Now it's Mbappe. Now this could be a chance. Camavinga goes for a shot! Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
Incredible. He had all the time in the world to pick his spot as well.
Youngmin1. Thuram. Now it's Olise. Thuram. And that's a good ball. And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. Quang2. Olise. Now it's Thuram. Mbappe. Chance! Goal! Challenge just a bit on the firm side. Looking for options for movement. That could spell trouble. That's been drilled forward. Thuram is herring after that one. Nicely worked.
2 minutes de temps additionnel.
They've won a corner. And this could be the final action of the first half. He rises! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. And here's Rabiot. Tries to pass it through. And the whistle goes for half-time. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here.
There's plenty of positives to take, despite the lead being so small, Peter. I think playing well, good energy. A little more composure up front, perhaps. That's not too much to ask.
France head for the dressing room in possession of a 1-0 lead. And we're already back up and running after half-time. France carrying... Decent chance! It's there! 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Well, look at the manager here. He's absolutely fuming, and he has every right to be. You can't win football matches if you give the ball away like that.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, now's the time you can afford to be more daring, Peter. It may be tempting to sit on this, but I'd say go and grab a third.
Madrid have their second corner now. Climbs up big! It's a goal! Well, it's taken a big deflection, but boy, he will want that one. This is threatening to become a really good game.
The manager must have given them an earful at half-time, and fair play, because it seems to have worked. They've got to kick on from here now.
And now the breakaway. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Madrid appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
Dembele being hunted in packs.
Well, they seem intent on marking him out of the game. They're certainly trying to wind him up in the process, Peter.
Now it's Thuram. Valverde. Now it's Mbappe. And the counter is on. Oh, that's well spotted.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Big chance! It's loose now and they want to get it back. Oh, he's been caught napping. And it's Youngmin1. Good ball, good... And he shoots!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Changement pour la France. Le numéro 7, le numéro 11, le numéro 8, le numéro 14, le numéro
Well,
15.
Jim, it is abundantly clear that the tone of this game has changed markedly within the last few
Le
moments.
numéro 26.
Well, it has, because the deficit has now been halved, Peter, and because of that, it seems to have developed into some sort of shock for them, and it's going to be very interesting to see how they can take it on from here.
Quang2 makes the interception. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Vinicius Junior. Pass somewhat off target. Thuram does have his name on the score sheet, of course. France perhaps contemplating their next change here. And it's Bellingham. Nicely weighted ball. Mbappe! Oh, that was vital. Nicely aimed pass.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Oh no, that was never going to make it. Alexander-Arnold. Not the most accurate pass. Played out to the left flank. Camavinga. Hernandez. That is good strength. Barcola. That's very neat. And it's Tchouaméni. Vinicius Junior. Now it's Goulet. Upamecano. And Hernandez. And it's Camavinga. France finding their passes. 5 minutes left on the clock.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
That is good pressure, just hounded him off it.
France really wanted that two-goal cushion, but it wasn't to be. Still, they should be able to see it out from here.
France close now to seeing this one through to the end. Carvajal. Bellingham. Goulet. Oh, they could break here. Oh, some tackle that.
Il y aura 2 minutes de
Hops
temps
for safety.
additionnel.
Quang2. That's a promising run he's making on the right. He's a sharp little ball here. Can he latch on to this? And there goes the final whistle. Well, that was good. A terrific advertisement for attacking football. Both sides. So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. This is Peter Drury, and I'm happy to inform you that Jim Beglin has joined me to offer his expertise.
Hi, Peter. It's great to be here.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. It is a true heavyweight clash.
Well, with nothing resting on this, Peter, I'm hoping that there'll be more impetus for the players to just enjoy the game with the pressure off, try out a few different things, and we get something open and free-flowing.
We have already started here.
Yeah, that works for me. The denial of movement, blunt and brusque.
Now it's Thuram. Valverde. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Yeah, Thibaut Courtois.
Thuram! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Vinicius Junior. No, that's been intercepted. Rabiot. Pass is coming off in... Mbappe! He is desperate to get on the score sheet, but not this time.
Well, the breakthrough hasn't come yet, Peter, but you do feel they're upping the ante here. They'll get the reward if they can stick at this. That was well played, well stopped.
It's been a pretty high-octane start, at least from one side's perspective.
Well, they've made all the inroads and their confidence is taking on a...
Chance for a shot! He's delivered all right! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find a...
Chance, surely! They've got to be quick to recover this. Bellingham. And there's his chance to lead the counter. Now it's Mbappe. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Oh, super find. No, it's come to nothing. Well, the runner's been sold a little bit short there.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Now it's Mbappe. Lovely pass, but can he get there?
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Olise. Now it's Mbappe. Looking to play him in. Now it's Olise. He's in plenty of space here.
Oh, that's a cracking ball. Too quick for defence and keeper.
Oh, nicely intercepted. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Mbappe!
Deserved a better ball there. He's right to be disappointed.
And here's Thuram. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
But they should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. France looking to pass their way through. Great chance! In for the pieces! Just a fraction high.
He's not happy, and you'd expect that, but at least there's plenty of appreciation for what was a genuinely fine effort.
Now, can they get him away? It's a promising position. Lovely feet. Nicely aimed pass.
France certainly could do with a positive spell for the remainder of this half, just to set the tone for what's to come.
Mbappe. And he was quick to react. Quality ball. Now it's Vinicius Junior. That's a nicely shaped ball. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Mbappe. He's not played the ball, that's a foul. And that's going to be a booking. And the first 45 minutes are up. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff.
Well, let's not beat about the bush, Peter. It's been fairly flat, and the supports have had little to cheer about, so an awful lot of questions have got to be asked, and the answers need to be found in a hurry.
If
If you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here.
France can really do with some
Decent chance! Look at the space. Can he finish? And we have our very first corner. And that has been knocked clear. And now they can spring out of defence. Now it's Mbappe. Looking for options for movement. That's the keeper's ball.
Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
Up towards the front line. Oh, that's well spotted. Madrid are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
He's coming under serious pressure here.
Well, they seem intent on marking him out of the game. They're certainly trying to wind them up in the process, Pete.
And the shot! No mistake! They are right back in business.
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another.
Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Well, a little more decisiveness on the ball, and that probably wouldn't have happened, but still, it was very well played. Great pressure to force the error.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter, when you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing. The outcome should all come down to finishing.
Can he finish? It's in! And they get themselves in front! It is a good finish. The odds were against him. Little matter.
Vinicius Junior demonstrated great strength there. I mean, he really had to hold his man off and just create enough room for him to be able to get the shot away. And I think it's just top play.
Madrid get themselves into the lead. And that's put paid to a promising move. Mbappe. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Camavinga. Now it's Thuram. Oh, that is a good ball to find him. And here's Mbappe. Takes a shot! And he's cleared it out of harm's way. And it's Rabiot. Passing nice and neat. Looking for the... He's having a shot! Chance again. No.
France really have stepped it up now. They could have been a bit more greedy and forced the issue.
Changement pour la France. Le numéro 7.
So, time for changes on both sides, actually. Change being made here, presumably to tighten their defence.
Look, only time will tell now if this is the right decision, but at least the manager hasn't dawdled. You know, he's reacted quickly, and it needed that.
Le numéro 6. Le numéro 4. Changement.
Camavinga. Rudiger promptly onto that, and that is that. Now it's Mbappe. Now it's Rodrigo.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Passes short and sharp. Engages and forces him off the ball. Played back in. Nice sequence of passes. And he shoots! And he's managed to get rid. Rodrigo.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Spread neatly. Now it's Mbappe. Great defending, strong and determined. Camavinga. France are looking desperate here, short on time and options.
Yeah, they're really playing in hope at this point, but hope is something you can always cling to.
Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. France needed that, they really needed it.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape. France really can only do one thing now, Peter. Get the ball up front, make sure it sticks, and sustain some pressure.
Now it's Mbappe. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Vicious ball here. Vinicius Junior in acres of space out wide. Tries a shot! Oh, that was no routine save.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
And that will be the final act. One of those games that many... So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. My name's Peter Drury, and here's my co-commentator for the game, it's Jim Beglin.
Well, I can tell you, I'm truly delighted to join you, Peter, and thank you very much for that.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. It is a true heavyweight clash.
Well, with nothing resting on this, Peter, I'm hoping that there'll be more impetus for the players to just enjoy the game with the pressure off, try out a few different things, and we get something open and free-flowing.
We had chance! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played. Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
Youngmin1 attempts a clearance. Madrid have the chance to go the other way. And he's being shifted off it. Youngmin1. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Well, Peter, can I bring Ousmane Dembele to your attention? He's been described as a phenomenon and one of the very best. That's high praise indeed, and we've seen some great flashes, but he still has a long way to go to fulfill all of that potential.
Yeah, he'll be looking for a goal or two. Bellingham. Oh, that's well spotted. Anything, Jim, to pick out of these early exchanges?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up. Yeah, it would seem a little too far out, and this will probably be a dink far post.
Thuram. Nice interception, well timed. And he's heaved it away. Valverde. And they can counter here. Neither side yet able to find the net. Now it's Vinicius Junior. It's a good spell of possession, this. Now it's Mbappe. Dembele. Great vision. He is just caressing the ball. Traumeri. And the shot's on here. Thuram! Denied by an instinctive save.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
It's their second corner of the game. Quang2 breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. And now they can spring out of defence. And it's Bellingham. Tries to play it through. Oh, Red, nice interception. Dembele. And here's Thuram. Can he get it through? Camavinga. That has ended up in no man's land. And here's Mbappe. He's in a great position here. Great chance! And again the keeper stands strong.
Another cracking save from the keeper, Peter. He's playing a blinder.
Vinicius Junior. Now, can they get him away? Now it's Mbappe. Saliba calmly anticipates. Looking to play him in. Mbappe. Now it's Thuram. That is good alertness. And they're not going to make any further progress now. Strokes it back. And he's got big chance! Oh, that was no routine save.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
And the keeper beats it away. Bellingham knocks it out wide. France are looking to go forward now. Now who's going to be first to this? Pinches it off him. That's an imaginative pass. Eder Militao gets over and intercepts. And it's Valverde. Threads one in. Nicely weighted ball. Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. Bellingham. Bellingham takes control of it and he's on the move. Rabiot. Thuram. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. And that's going to be a booking.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Now it's Mbappe.
1 minute.
Camavinga. Ambitious ball here. Tries a shot! Superb from Vinicius Junior!
Well, I'm happy to admit that I didn't really see that coming, but I'm very glad it did, and you can only eulogise.
And that'll be the final action of the first half. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here.
Well, let's not beat about the bush, Peter. It's been fairly flat, and the support have had little to cheer about, so an awful lot of questions have got to be asked, and the answers need to be found in a hurry.
And that's the start of another 45 minutes.
France can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
He's picked his way through.
Oh, nice touch.
And it's Camavinga.
Oh, that was vital.
Nicely aimed pass.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
He's found a way past. He is through here.
It was indecision all round. They have to do a bit better than that. Mbappe really has the confidence and skill to be able to hold the ball up like that until support arrives a little sooner, and just maybe there he overdid it slightly and should have released it because the support was arriving quickly.
Now it's Mbappe. And there's green grass ahead of him. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. That's really well manoeuvred.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Corner number 2 then. That has earned a reprieve for the time being. And now a sudden chance to counter. It's a promising position. Oh, it's come loose. Bit of an appeal, but nothing doing. Olise. Well, that looks a decent ball. That's good pressure, good intensity.
Yeah, and what they've got to realise, Peter, is that they won't get away with excessive force for long, so they're running a fine line now.
Now it's Mbappe. Gets a good foot in there. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Oh, the ball's run loose here.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here. That's a modern defender's instinct from a modern coach's mindset.
Mbappe. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Look, they may be one down, but they're not shying away. Time is on their side, and they're set on using it.
Carvajal, who's set up one goal so far. Aimed beyond the defence. Thuram showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Olise. He's in a good position here. Now it's some shapes to shoot! And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders.
Well, talking about creating a problem for yourself, OK, credit to good pressing, but that was entirely avoidable.
Well, he certainly caught him there. It's a free kick. Well, that's a booking. Always looked it.
Changement
We
pour la
have got
France.
changes here from both
Le
sides, in
numéro
fact.
Le numéro 7, le numéro 8, le numéro 14, le numéro 15.
Last-ditch defending, but that'll do.
Le numéro 24, le numéro
That's
20.
a risky ball,
le
you've got
numéro
to say.
6, le numéro 12, le numéro 4. Changement en cours.
Mbappe chasing after it. It's played through for him. Camavinga. Mbappe. Camavinga. Thuram. It's Camavinga. Time is running out here.
Yeah, they're really playing in hope at this point, but hope is something you can always cling to.
Saliba can get it clear. Doué. Played out to the left flank. Foot in. And he's picked it up out wide. Plays the ball back.
Oh, that's good pressure. It gave him no other choice. This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
Camavinga. Now he's got space here. Upamecano cuts it out. Oh, this looks sharp. Barcola. Colomboani. Looking for options for movement.
Temps additionnel, 1 minute.
And here's Thuram. Camavinga. A probing pass. Oh, delightful ball. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Well, that was tense. The two parties separated by the game's only... So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and it's my chance to say that it is an absolute delight to have Jim Beglin beside me.
Thanks for that, Peter, and may I say a big hello to everyone.
Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. It is a monster matchup, Jim Beglin.
Well, with nothing resting on this, Peter, I'm hoping that there'll be more impetus for the players to just enjoy the game with the pressure off, try out a few different things.
Bellingham! Marvellous goal!
Well, once more, it's him, and we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible.
One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Olise, looking tidy in possession here. Can he get it through? Plays a sharp little ball here. It's played through for him. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Big chance! And here's Mbappe.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
And that's a dangerous ball. Now it's Vinicius Junior. He's found a way through. And it's Carvajal.
Well, at least they acknowledged the effort.
Chouameni.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
And he's managed to get through. Goes for a shot! Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him. They want to be quick here, it's breakaway time.
That's good pressure, closed him down quickly. Saliba cuts out the pass. Now it's Thuram. Vinicius Junior has created one goal already. Out towards the flank. Camavinga couldn't squeeze it through. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
And it's Bellingham. Tries to pass it, takes a shot! It's there! And there's the goal they've been looking for. Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
Well, you've always got to have players that are willing to make the runs, and when you keep plugging away, that will happen.
So that's 2 now without reply.
Yeah, and you have to say that the contrast of moods are very visible now. They really fancy themselves to go and wrap things up. Just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's setting themselves up for a counter-attack.
Yeah, stand by for the early ball, the big one over the top.
Yeah, and those that are up top, Peter, have to be willing to chase. And, of course, those in midfield have to be ready now to recycle.
And they have got just the right players for that. And he's picked it up out wide. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Olise has been caught there, it's a foul. Thuram. Time perhaps for one last twist before half-time. No, he's just misjudged that one. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Now it's Mbappe. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
And he was quick to react. Nothing wrong with that tackle, ball won cleanly. Koundé deals with that comfortably. Olise. Passes coming off in quick succession here. And that's a foul. A simple decision for the referee. Saliba. And that'll be the last act of the first half. We'll do it back on the first 45 minutes.
France really should be thinking about killing this off early in the second half, Peter. The boss will be demanding the same level of intensity from his team, so I'd expect to see the same positive intent after the break, the same purpose again.
And hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half.
Well, I think they have to be positive despite the scoreline. The one thing they don't want to do, Peter, is give away an early goal. But they can't afford to get too cagey either. So attack with real devilment, go for that goal and see if they can unsettle them.
Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And that has put paid to that. Well, that is one way to stop him. Oh, super ball. Chance, surely! It's in! The second half sparked straight into life. And that was as close to certain as can be.
Way too good, Peter. Too quick, too smart for that defence, who were made to look a little lost, in all honesty.
France get themselves back into contention.
What a difference a half-time rocket from the manager can make. This is exactly the response he'd be looking for.
Vinicius Junior.
Well, that'll certainly improve their mood. All the talking, both tactical and motivational, in that half-time dressing room seems to have paid off for the moment, at least. Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Well, we've seen that early, used a certain sixth sense. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Just about up to the hour now. There's the shot! He's done very well to get to that.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Madrid with the corner, they're first. Another corner. Any better luck this time round? Corner number 2 then. Quang2 attempts a clearance. And now they can spring out of defence. Dembele under intense pressure.
Yeah, and if they're going to try and stop him in this fashion, Peter, they're going to really test the referee's patience from here.
That's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Played back in. Olise. Saliba.
Pretty robust defending.
You have to say that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Nice control. Well, that looks a decent ball. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Shoots! He's got a goal! It is a good finish. The odds were against him. Little matter.
Vinicius Junior demonstrated great strength there. I mean, he really had to hold his man off and just create enough room for him to be able to get the shot away. And I think it's just top play.
So the lead now is 2.
They've seen the light and the opposition have been left in the dark.
Changement pour la France. Le numéro...
So, time for changes on both sides, actually.
Le numéro 14. Le numéro 8.
And it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Le numéro 6. Le numéro 12.
Back in possession and ready to go again. Oh, that's superb. Mbappe unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Thuram. That ball looks a good one. He's shifting through the gears here. Thuram was ultimately thwarted there, but it took a few of them to stop him.
Yeah, definitely not much wrong with what he tried, all things considered. The defence were just well prepared for what was coming.
Now it's Mbappe. Doué. And he's been shifted off it. Barcola. Passing is crisp and sharp. Ooh, a delicate chip through. Pinches it off him. Doué. France looking to pass their way through. Threads one in. He's away! Mbappe. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
Thuram looking understandably energised after his goal. Vinicius Junior. Well, he's hit it long, but astray. Now it's Colomboigny.
3 minutes.
Colomboigny carries the ball down the right. He's in a great position here. Fourth official showing that there will be 3 minutes of added time. Great defending, strong and determined.